Hello folks, this is Aditya Najha from InspiredToRise.com and today we are going to talk about the Sony Xperia XZS. So guys, the Sony Xperia XZS is a dual SIM phone which comes with a 5.2-inch Full HD display. It comes with dynamic contrast enhancer for better clarity, and I have used the XZ before and that display was really good, so I feel that this one also carries that same legacy forward. The device is water resistant and dust resistant but not completely waterproof, so you can't submerge it inside water, but you can maybe take it out in the rain or wash it. On the top of this device, we have the 3.5mm jack and the noise cancellation microphone. The design is similar to the XZ, and if you look at the display closely, there is an NFC tag on it. On the back, we have the slight camera bump and the dual tone flash and the Xperia branding. On the right hand side, we have the power button, which is a fingerprint sensor also, same as that on the XZ. You have the volume rocker and a dedicated camera button. The design is similar to the XZ, which I really liked, and on the bottom, you have the USB Type-C port. On the left hand side, we have the hybrid SIM tray slot. Every time you remove the SIM tray slot, the device restarts, and that is something that I didn't like about this phone. And now let's talk about the performance of this device. It comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 quad-core chipset, which is yesteryear's flagship chipset, and it comes with 4GB of RAM. It has a 64GB internal storage and supports microSD expansion up to 256GB. This smartphone comes with a 2900 mAh battery, but I believe that it would last long because of Android Nougat, and on Sony phones I have seen that the battery optimization is really good. It does come up with all of the sensors that you might need. This smartphone scored 1,41,197 on the AnTuTu benchmark, which is a great score, 60.7 frames per second on the Ninamark 2 benchmark, which is also a really great score and indicative of the high performance of this smartphone, so it would be able to run all of your games with real ease. The camera is the main selling point of this smartphone. It comes with a 19-megapixel Motion Eye camera by Sony. It has a memory stacked sensor, which means that a direct layer of memory is accessible to the camera processing sensor, and which results in really high quality slow motion videos at up to 960 frames per second, and that's something that I really like. Images taken from the front camera were okay. The front camera is a 13-megapixel camera with a 22mm wide angle lens. It also has 5-axis stabilization, and these are all of the shots taken from the Sony camera. I liked them, and now here's a demo of the 960 frames per second slow motion. So it was okay while shooting. You can see that the speed is really high, but when you see the final clip which has the slow motion effect applied, it's really smooth slow motion at 960 frames per second, which is like you have to slow that 960 frames per second back to 30 frames per second, which results in up to 32 times slower speed than normal, and that's seriously amazing. Now here are few more slow motion shots for you guys to enjoy. Apart from the slow motion feature, there is one another thing that I liked about the camera application. It has something known as predictive photograph. Whenever the camera senses that you are shooting a very fastly moving object, it determines that scene immediately and takes 2-3 photographs before, 2-3 photographs after you have pressed the shutter, and that results in more choice when you are trying to figure out which photograph to keep. The phone comes with Android Nougat 7.1 and the UI is classic Sony. You have some components similar to Google Now when you swipe to the left. Overall, it does feel smooth. The Sony Xperia XZS would retail for a price of 49,990 starting from April 11. The people who pre-order this beforehand would get a Bluetooth speaker worth ₹5,000 free. For this price, I consider it to be an overpriced smartphone. It is good, it does offer you class-leading camera features, and there are some things on this phone that are not on any other smartphone out there. And you have that classic Sony design, and few other things are also great about this phone, but it still does not take away the fact that it's running an older chipset, and there are few things bad about this smartphone. So guys, if you are looking out for a performance-centric phone which is cheaper, you can go for the OnePlus 3T, but if you are looking for a camera which offers you great features and an overall okay smartphone which is good, does look premium, then the Sony Xperia XZS is the one for you. So guys, this was it for this video. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative detailed videos like this. This is Aditya Najha from InspiredToRise.com signing off folks. Stay inspired to rise.